Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back. Fives Live with Five is on. We're doing a little reading out of our motivational book for the day, the week I guess, is out of our official book of sarcasm. And I just opened up to Groundhog Day not so long ago. So it's observed on February 2nd of each year. This is a day dedicated to the deep-seated American belief that a captive rodent... I'm just getting interrupted by Devin. I'm just going to call him out. All right, I'm going to read this again. Groundhog's Day, Book of Sarcasm. You all right over there?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
I was just going to mess with you again.
Observed on February 2nd of each year, this is a day dedicated to the deep-seated American belief that a captive rodent is capable of predicting the weather. And I gotta say, I think that rodent does a better job than some meteorologist. Yeah, I'm not bitter. Not bitter. Actually, I like meteorologists. They're great people. And I just think it goes to show that you can't always predict what Mother Nature has in store when she's a senile, old, being pushed around her... I'm just looking out the window. Being pushed around the nursing home, wrapped in a napkin. That's Mother Nature for you. Hope everyone's having a great... I don't even know. Today's Thursday. I've had a great day. I was grateful to wake up to some nice warm coffee and two glorious kids. I don't know. What are you grateful for today? Are you living in gratitude? Are you making the choice to live in gratitude? Service of others? I had a fantastic meeting today. I'm just going to talk about that. We had a good score meeting today, Susquehanna Score Chapter. It's just cranking. A lot of great people there. If you, we're doing our Go No Go session 2 tonight, and yours truly will be leading that. So check that out. Then I had 2 wonderful coaching calls meetings today. That was fantastic. And I'm always thrilled when these people come in and they're just making progress by leaps and bounds, and we just keep refining and keep giving new tools and new feedback and just great conversations. And those times just scream by. It's like, really? The hour's up? I can go all day on this. It's when you know you're in the zone. And then I had a wonderful meeting this morning as well with Diane Dayton. If you guys don't know Diane, get to know her. She is a fantastic voice coach. I don't know what her official title is, but if you want a better presence and just want a delightful person to have in your network, reach out to Diane. She's fantastic. I had just a great conversation with her today. And I find it interesting because a lot of what we were talking about was mindset and what she's experienced and I've experienced, and it's amazing. And one of the thoughts that came out of that today is how do you guys recharge? We all have hobbies and things like that, and mine's restoring old StarCraft boats. Little shout out to the StarCraft Mata, Pennsylvania. Can't wait to be with you boys on the lakes this summer. So also good news is my second StarCraft's been green lit for the restoration, so my son and I will be working on that. Maybe give you some updates on the boat restoration. That's a fun project, by the way. Everybody should have a hobby, but I am always wondering, how do people recharge? Because I see a lot of people coming in, even myself. I tend to wait to get sick till I recharge, but it's not the best advice I give people. But that comes back to mind with all of us in business. How are we investing in ourselves? What do we do to continually upgrade ourselves and our mindsets and our passions and our hobbies and our business, and how do we focus on getting better? I know a lot of people go to conferences, and those are good things. I have a pretty extensive book list. I should have brought another book over today, do another book review. We'll do that tomorrow. I'm listening to Mind Hacking, and I forget who wrote that. That's on it's on Audible. Let me get that for a second. But a good friend of mine, David, gave me this, and I'm just going to pull it up right now, let you know this is a Mind Hacking, cancel that, by Sir John Hargrave. It's interesting because if you go to Squared Art, we have a bunch of Hargraves out there. I think there are different Hargraves on our art page. So if you guys check that out, if you're joining, make sure you're sharing this for us. I appreciate that. But what are we learning? What are we dedicating the time that we have on this blue planet, this blue rock, to improving ourselves? And do you have a plan for that? Right now it kind of backed into learning more about how we can program our minds, how we can take control of our thoughts and things like that. And that's I find it fascinating. I'm passionate about that. And one of the things that we always think of is that we'll put that off later, and we'll take time off, and we'll do these things, and we tend to take the time off and just pack it full of stuff, just more busy work, more busy things. Society's programmed us that being busy is a good thing. I think being busy is crap. I think being productive in what we do with our time is where it's at. So I'm asking you guys out there in internet land, what are you doing right now to invest in yourself? Every athlete has a coach. Most high-end executives have a coach. People get help when they're doing that. I got a coach when I was doing the Ironman. I have a coach right now that we're doing to help grow the business and learn from and get new tactics and techniques, and we're constantly learning and implementing these things, and it's really good. The other thing that we end up doing, and I want to talk about being busy, because busy's, like I said, anybody can be busy. A dog can be busy. But the question is why are you busy? Why do you feel so overwhelmed? And I'll also ask a question that, why aren't you delegating? Why aren't you getting some of that busy work off to others, especially the business owners? And what I find is most business owners that I work with, not all of them, but the excuse that I get is, well, no one does it as good as I do it. Well, get over yourself and delegate it, right? Because you can use that to let somebody else grow into that competency or that capability. But if you just keep it on your shoulders and do it, you're not teaching, you're not getting anybody any experience, and then you fall into micromanagement, and then you become overwhelmed. And there's a lot of resources where you can delegate things. You can trade services, and you can do some bartering. Do this and I'll do that for you, and that's good. You can get help from family members and friends, and if you enroll them and let them tap into what they're passionate about and let them do those things, then why not? And maybe if you get out of your own way, and you'll learn how to do something even better. And through my career, so I'm dropping stuff. Fun in there. We have the ability, if we let go of the outcome and say, like, hey, I need you to do this. And when I was at doing a lot of development work, I was really good at early on of being a developer, and then I got into more of the management architecture work, and I had to really let go of telling people how to do things and be like, this is what we need done, go figure it out, right? And when you do that, you're really empowering somebody to think, and that's a true gift that we as leaders have to give. We're working on putting together an online TV show, so that'll be coming up next month, all things go well. We got a lot of the nuts and bolts figured out. But, we're figuring it out, and it's fun. And, I'm going to give a shout out to Devin, because he's out there setting accounts up, doing stuff, doing the research, and, let's just go have fun figuring it out. And when you micromanage things, and then you take all that responsibility on yourself, you become a victim. We talked about the victim of this victim society we live in. You don't have to live that way. Right? So delegation's a huge thing. So all about self-improvement, taking some of that stress off of your shoulders, right? So delegation, moving the busy tasks to other people that are better suited for that, and really focusing on your passion and gifts that are going to grow your business. Now, I'm not saying that let's take invoicing, for example. You don't like to invoice. That's probably something pretty important. So you don't send that off to somebody that's not responsible enough to get that done, because that could have some detriments to your business. So let's come back to, how are you improving yourself? Like, what books are you reading? And it was interesting, my conversation today with Diane, we were talking about the inputs that we have, right? Because everything we do is a choice. We talked about this yesterday. You get to choose what your inputs are. And, we were talking about how various inputs and things really tend to drain our energy or piss us off. And I've been noticing a couple months ago, I was really getting irritated when I come into the office, and I'm like, why the hell am I getting irritated? And I realized that I was listening to the news on the way in instead of listening to music. And then I made another choice later on. I was like, well, is that the best use of my commute time into the office? Is it music, or should I be listening to some audiobooks? And then I'm like, well, if I'm going to listen to audiobooks, which ones do I want to do? And so again, I filled that space with high quality inputs into my head to shift how just to improve myself as a person, but also to continue to build on this foundation of abundance versus scarcity that we did. And by doing that, I was unwittingly preparing for some of the talks I was giving last week. So I find that really intriguing. And again, these are choices. You can choose to listen to the news and get all agitated over what stuff you can't control, or you can choose to use that time in another way. And then you focus on what you're passionate. What do you want to learn about? There's gazillions of things out there in this world that are maybe it's more about travel or destinations you want to go, or planning vacations, or doing those types of things. So what are you doing to really invest in yourself? The other thing I'll tell people is, everybody waits to recharge during a vacation. And I'm a strong proponent that we need to recharge during the week. And in the 12-week year, there's a segment in there about that really resonated. And how much better would your week be if you planned 2 to 3 hours a week just to recharge, just to take time off, walk around, go see a movie, go do something else, just unplug a little bit so that you keep your energy level high. So, with this, I'm just kind of running through my head here on the being busy, because that's something that I hear everybody saying, I'm busy. And, my suggestion to everyone out there is, instead of being busy, why don't you be productive? Why don't we change the language on busy to productive? And I had a gentleman in yesterday, a good guy, and we had a quick meeting, and he said, he didn't say, I hope you had a busy day, Tim. He's like, I hope you have a productive day. And I was like, yes, I am productive. And it's just nice to see people coming in and focusing on being productive and adding value-added services. Oh, is it Ray Ames? Is that, yeah, we got a new co-working tenant in here. It's fantastic. I would do a shout out to Ray Ames. Great guy. So we're getting him set up out here. And, maybe we'll do some features with him once he gets set up. But he's doing a lot for the youth and robotics here in York. And another fantastic conversation we had yesterday. So, again, just wins, building these connections out is exciting. So, let's talk about how you invest in yourself. We went over a couple of quick things. There's ebooks and there's reading, and I'm a big fan of reading. There's intentional writing about topics too, just getting thoughts out of your head, getting it down. It's a way to clarify your thoughts. I love doing that, and it's actually how the book we're doing on mindset is coming along. You can take classes, there's meetups, there's all sorts of things you can do to invest your time in to better yourself. What's that one you were taking, Devin, about the photography?
Oh, the photography basics, or photography 101.
Yeah, so if you're into that, you want to do things better, just go take a class, go meet some people, get out there. Again, investing in yourself. Make that conscious decision to go out and do those things. There's all sorts of online courses and things that you can do to get better at what you're at. One of the things in fear is we never want to say that we need to learn, right? Because that society said, oh, it pays to be smart, and that's a good thing, and if you need to go learn something, then you're an idiot. Well, I think you're an idiot if you're not investing in yourself. It's one of the tenets I have for coaching in general, is that if your coach doesn't have a coach, probably need another coach. So, because if they're not continually learning, then how do you continue? And then what's the value there, right? Then hubris kicks in, that they think they know everything, and times are changing so quickly that you have to have that backbone of investment for yourself. There's college classes, there's co-op things, there's one of the big things, and people don't look at it this way, about investing in yourself, is doing some charitable work. Do some charitable giving. Go to the soup kitchen and serve, because what you're doing is you're investing in good karma, for lack of a better term. So those are, just some examples on that. And then, pick a subject that you're passionate about. Go learn more about that. Go figure it out. One of the things that I'm constantly doing is, we're coming back into warm weather, and we're talking about restoring the boats and doing some fishing, is, all right, well, what new things are out there for fishing this year? We're going to do some camping with the kids and things like that. What are the new things in camping, new places we can go? I had a great conversation last week with Mark Miller from Flywheel, and he was talking about going to New Hampshire and about some of the trails and stuff. So again, that's learning. That's getting more engaged on some of the hobbies and things that we're going to do this summer. So I suggest you guys, all girls, take something you're interested in and go learn some more about it, and then go learn more about that, and eventually you'll be an expert in it pretty quickly. Don't wait to invest in yourself when you're taking vacation or taking time off. Make it a continuous thing. Build those breaks in during your week, right? So you're recharged, you're fresh, you're ready to go. And don't just wait for the weekend, because our weekends get packed with family activities and high value add activities that have to get done. So, go take some time during the week to really invest in yourself. And it could be something as going and talking to an expert, or somebody in network with somebody that knows something. Diane was here. We're talking about our TV show that we want to do. This idea that we had, and by talking to her, she knows some people that can help us get that set up. Again, you just don't know where these connections are going to go, or if Devin's going to drop his laptop. I don't know. I would have liked to see that you do need a dent in that laptop, by the way. It's he's shaking his head no.
It's only like not even 2 years old, a year and a half old.
Yeah, it's a Mac. It'll last forever. So, that's what we wanted to chat about today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday. Hope all my peeps survived the storm. And rumor has it there's another nor'easter coming next week. So, Mother Nature, I'm just going to let you know that York is between Harrisburg and Baltimore. Okay, it's make it a big storm, cover the whole area, do what you can. You get another shot at this. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and peace out.